Our next speaker is Dr. Yang. He is the Deputy Director of China Asian Free Trade Zone Business Portal Operations Center. He is specialized in international cross-border trade and blockchain applications. Presently, Dr. Yang also holds the position of Deputy Director of Yunnan E-Commerce Development Center, General Manager of Asia Cross Border Link Operations Center. He is also a lecturer of Yunnan University of Finance and Economics. Dr. Yang will be speaking in Chinese. For our friends who prefer listening in English, kindly choose the language interpreter option, English. Now, let me invite Dr. Yang. 杨老师，多谢您的支持。您现在可以开始了，请您那边共享视频。
Okay, thank you, Miss Lin. Good afternoon, everyone. I will share my screen now. Okay. Okay. I'm delighted to have the opportunity to present this presentation. Next, I will use Mandarin. 大家好，我是来自中国东盟自由贸易
Hi everyone. I'm the Deputy Director of Asian-China Free Trade Area Business Portal Operations Center. My name is Qian Yang. So today I'm going to introduce how to have the Malaysian products being exported to China. So the first part would be, who are we? The second part would be how to sell your products to China. And the third part would be the benefits of RCEP. And for information, RCEP stands for Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. So today we'll look at Asian-China Free Trade Area Business Portal. So, China-Asian Free Trade Area Business Portal consists of 10 countries and China. In 2010, January the 1st, first effective. So this was approved by the Economic Center of China-Asian Free Trade. So this is an important information supporting platform. It is jointly managed and constructed by China and Asian governments. So while we have this effectively open, and this website makes us more convenient. So China-Asian Free Trade Area, this portal has been established by the officers and also managed by the government sector. So in Yunnan, we have the office in Yunnan. So basically, this is the situation we have. And secondly, we would like to introduce Yunnan. So just now we mentioned our office is in Yunnan. So it's at the south west is near to Laos, Myanmar, and Vietnam. So we're connected. There are 25 import stations and 2 oceans, Indian Oceans and Pacific Oceans, and 3 parts of Asia, South Asian, Southeast Asia, so until 2019 January, so we would like to be the center for international trade and also for the constructions. Will be the most important point. We also want to develop our advantage as the center. From this picture, you can see that on the map, we can see that we will develop 8 corridors, economic corridors. You have China, Laos, Thailand, China, Vietnam corridor, since 2016 to 2020, there are some progress. The highways to reach the corridors and also China-Laos railway, and also many of the highways have now open for travels. And the selling ways to other countries, Yunnan, South Asian and Southeast Asian, there are 55 lanes. It is #1 in the country. From China to Myanmar, the natural gas and also there are internet assessment with 8 countries nearby. The transportation system has been more and more accessible, and also the logistic. So let's say we made the orders today, then we can receive by tomorrow or in 3 days. Also, we can post the food supply right to the table. From China, it can reach Bangkok the second day, the next day. The logistics, 10,600 and due to the situation right now, Despite the current situation, unfavorable situation now, Yunnan remain the biggest exporter. Currently, under the protection of the government, we are accelerating the progress and development. We have opened the 4 boundaries, the 4 cooperation partnership has been opened. The portals has been strengthened. In 2016 to 2020, import and export, the tools for imports, it has increased 1.3 times, 1.6 times, and 30%. So the imports and exports has been the highest level throughout the country. Become the 4th of the earliest opened up station. And number 3, in the regional financial service, we are now trying to pay by renminbi. It has been expanded. And it has covered 101 countries. CIPF system, one of our main point. In Asian, ASEAN, especially in South Asian and Southeast Asian, it is more and more obvious. So for Yunnan, we consider it has become a good basis and requirements. So under Asian Link Cross Border e-commerce, under this portal, so this is a cross-border e-commerce platform. It is a portal approved by the Department of Commerce of Yunnan Province, and our mission is to provide support. We want to bring the quality products to China from ASEAN countries. Just now we have mentioned a lot of advantages of Yunnan regarding trading, cross-border, and also the financial payment services. And another key requirements. If you want to buy jades, you must go to Yunnan. So look at this map, this part. This is it has the biggest market of jade in the country. Actually, they don't produce jade here. It's the biggest distribution center. We know that the biggest producer of jade is in Myanmar. However, Yunnan does not produce jade. It's in Guangdong province. After producing the jade, and then they from Myanmar to Guangdong, process, and then go back to Yunnan as the distribution center to sell out the jades. It has become the emerald effect. If you want to purchase good quality of emeralds or jades, you must come to Yunnan. So what we want to do here is, once when we mention Yunnan, those who are from South Asians, you want to buy quality products from South Asians and Southeast Asian, you must come to Yunnan. So this is what we are working on for China Asian cross-border e-commerce. And also we have tried something live e-commerce. So we spread the culture of South Asia and Southeast Asia. The second thing is to do live promotions. We promote ourselves live, either by e-commerce, cross-border e-commerce. So the first stage is, the earlier stage is on website. The first one we had is Taobao. Comes a web page version, and the second stage we come to the mobile phone, and the third generation, TikTok. In China we say Douyin, in outside of China we say TikTok. Currently it has been viral. The cross-border e-commerce, we have opened up the option of using TikTok through live streaming and promoting sales. We talk about Asia Link in Yunnan. There were two events. The first one is South Asia Exposition, and another one is so more and more business operators, they participate in these events. In 2020, in Yunnan, we organize online expositions, 9,300 business owners. 2021 August, 8 South Asian countries and other 11 countries. We have the import and export fair. It has brought a great significance. In Kunming, we can see the import and export fair. We have organized 25. This is the 25th. So Asia Link as the partner of this organized. Just now we talk about the experts. by Yunnan Asia Link has been approved to establish this portal. We have a certain degree of partnership with them. So this year for the exposition, due to the pandemic, maybe we as the organizer, maybe we would do something like the products are there, but we will not be there in person. So Asia Link, we would still set up an exposition for Malaysians. We have the exhibition point. We have the station. We set up a non-ending online platform to exhibit our products from Malaysia. Recently, we are also organizing these events. I believe that today there are a lot of entrepreneurs joining our webinar today. So if you are interested, you can get contact with MPC to seek the opportunity to be in partnership with us, so that in the future, we will have more Malaysian products be able to join us in this exposition. Next, I will briefly introduce Asia Link, the services provided by Asia Link. So the first position we have here is to have our Chinese consumers to understand the culture of South Asian and Southeast Asians. So just now we have mentioned about depot. We use WeChat, these platforms, to spread the culture of South Asians. And also the retail platform. This cross-border e-commerce as a retail platform. Number three, it's something deeper. We provide a comprehensive service platform for cross-border e-commerce. So what we do here is, once we have our products reaching China, then we have the specialized. Once you reach our warehouse and go through customs, the bonded warehouse. We also provide services to settle the tax issues and insurance. We coordinate with the insurance companies specified for the warehouse and also the imported products. And next, we also talk about the services we provide. So the first service we provide is retail e-commerce platform. B2B and B2C, both we support. And the second one is customs clearance in China. And number three is the bonded warehouse. That means we settle the tax issues for you. And number four, logistics. Number five, tax return and pay. It's regarding exports and also the pay. Currently, we are for renminbi payment. We have been trying currently, especially for Malaysia. we can use PayPal, can realize we can pay for Malaysians to pay into us, into Chinese markets from Malaysian ringgit to renminbi. And also in Fudian Bank and China Construction Bank, we can also accept the cross-border payment. And the sixth is insurance. And number 7, the exposition, China South Asia exposition. We provide supports and services. Part 2, I'd like to introduce how do you sell your products to China. At present, there are generally 2 legal ways for Chinese consumers to purchase imported products in China. The first one is general trade imports, and the second one is cross-border e-commerce imports. So general trade imports means the conservative way. For many years, we have been doing this, but for the cross-border e-commerce imports, it's through e-commerce to have the payment and also cross-border logistics to export the products to Chinese consumers. So the general trade imports has existed for a long time. Still occupies the main position of domestic imports. So in general, we still use this way, but cross-border e-commerce imports has been an emerging industry in recent years. It's stimulated and developed by various factors such as consumer demand, market changes, so the cross-border e-commerce, we can see that 9610, 1210, and 97, 110, 9810, 9810. So this is B2C, B2B. So this is what we use generally in China. So here I will also explain. So what's the difference between the general trade and the cross-border e-commerce? So the first one would be the business models are different. So here we are focusing on B2B model. So the cross-border e-commerce is more suitable for B2C. And then the second one would be the tax. So the cross-border commerce will be involved in many complicated tax issues. But if we use e-commerce, then it will be much easier. We can eliminate a lot of complicated tax issues. Then number 3 is supervision method. So usually the general trade for cross-border commerce, it will take longer time. It will be more complicated. Then number 4, the process. The process is different. For e-commerce, they will shorten the process and try their best to reduce the cost. And then number E, we talk about formula, packaging, and price. There will be differences as well. For example, for cross-border commerce, when we export products into China, it's not influenced by the local prices. It will be different depending on different policies and countries. If in China we want to sell the products, we have to abide by the standard of China. So all the manufacturers, they will modify according to the standards of China policy. And for the tariff would be higher. So all the complicated process will increase the cost, and this will cause our the imported goods would be sold as at a higher price. However, using the e-commerce, and we have the shops, online shops. How do we sell our goods to China? It can be in English explanation, because we will not modify or change according to China's standard. It will be general for consumers. They will think that it will be the quality is higher, it's more attractive. And for manufacturers, they don't need to increase their costs. Then we will have an advantage in our pricing. And we also talk about the logistic cost. For bonded warehouse, there are still procedures. From us, DM, we cannot say that cross-border e-commerce we have better advantages in pricing. It's highly depending on the product itself. And the other matter is the owner of the goods. There are differences. So through trading through cross-border e-commerce, China, the importers. So since if we make use of e-commerce, when we send our goods to bonded warehouse, before we distribute out the goods, it belongs to the outbound products. And also the transaction limit. There are some differences. In China, we don't have any limitation. But when we talk about the cross-border e-commerce, but there is a transaction limit. For Chinese manufacturers, they cannot buy more than 5,000 renminbi. Annually, cannot exceed 26,000 renminbi. Otherwise, they will not be benefited from the tax returns. So there were few differences. And also the after-sales service. So there will still be some pros and cons between two different systems. And next, we also talk about the declaration system. There are still some differences. So the general trade we have is using single windows. The declaration system is on single windows, while for cross-border e-commerce, they have their own system. It's called cross-border e-commerce public service platform. This platform is on the customs. This is the platform established by the custom. So this is a special platform. The business launch through this service platform. So from here we can see there's still some differences between the declaration system. So from our own experience, based on our own experience, so cross-border e-commerce and general trade, we have made some analysis and judgment. So we can see that cross-border e-commerce is more suitable for B2C. For consumers, it will be general trade, B2B. So if we focus on the products, small batch, high added value products. Later, Mr. Philip will introduce to us about the high added, the product testing. This is what we are working on now, the product testing. In China, we want to see our products. We are still figuring out whether if there is a big market. So we are still doing the product testing. And now we talk about general trade. It's more to B2B, business to business. True. Wholesale. So it's high volume product and there is a certain market. The general trade is still the major import. Then part 3 will be benefits of RCEP. So the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, RCEP, by the 10 countries, 10 nations of China, Japan, South Korea, Laos, and also ASEAN countries. So altogether 15 member countries set up this partnership. So this is a free trade agreement, and also some South Asian, African countries. So RCEP, the goal is to reduce tariff, and we also set up a standardized market. 20. So we have 2.2 billion people, 26 trillion of GDP. So talk about the so it includes the basic features of free trade agreements, trade in goods, trade in services, investment access and corresponding rules cover e-commerce, intellectual property competition policy, and also SMEs. The protection of the information, the tariffs, transparency, and disputes. We have set up a lot of terms and conditions regarding the e-commerce, the partnership between the different countries, the members. Next, we'll talk about the e-commerce. There are some good policies to simplify the custom clearance procedures and promote paperless trade. So in the region, in the trading region, so we want to have high efficiency custom clearance procedures, especially for the fast delivery, the goods, to shorten the time of delivery, to make it faster. And the effective time in different countries are different. Sometimes we cannot confirm how long, so it will decrease the efficiency. And it stops us from developing. So RCEP wants to promote so that we would have the same law regulations. So we would simplify the procedures. So this would help us to develop, to have a fast development for the cross-border e-commerce. So the second thing is e-commerce duty-free. The duty-free, tariff-free, up to 90%. So in the agreements, the duty-free goods want to consist of more than 90%. Then it will be beneficial for us as e-commerce traders, especially for the cross-border traders. And number three, to standardize and unify trade rules to facilitate the development of cross-border e-commerce. So RCEP, after RCEP has been established, we will standardize and unify the rules for the regional countries, for the trading process, to minimize the uncertainties for imports and imports. And number four, for many of us, as SMEs, is beneficial for us. Declaration of origin system. For us to realize, for SMEs, we want to sell our products to China. We need to show the proof of origin. The procedures are very complicated. So for RCEP, we have set up a system, declaration of origin system. It's not something in RCEP. We have a declaration of origin system. So what is that? That means at a custom, they clearance, they approve to have these products being exported. Then we have this declaration being issued automatically. It has the same function as the usual certification. So currently RCEP, we allow three ways of manufacturers. By exporters, they issue the declaration of origin system. And also then number two, the declaration of origin system, as long as it has been cleared by the customs. Then they can provide this declaration. Number 3, for the exporters, the producers or the manufacturers, not only for the, can be the manufacturers, they can also provide the declaration. So we also talk about the duration of effectiveness. So last year we have, since this March, especially for SMEs, especially regarding exports and imports, there are good policies. We hope that in the future, there'll be more Malaysian business owners. We will have more opportunities to coordinate and cooperate with RCEP. That's all for my presentation. Thank you so much.